Why nothing feels exciting anymore? Science's surprising answer. You wake up in the morning and reach for your phone. You watch 50 videos, but not a single smile. You scroll through Netflix for hours, but nothing catches your interest. You add a few things to your cart, but there's no excitement. So what happened to you? Why does nothing satisfy you when you have everything? And here's the truth. This problem isn't just yours. It's an invisible trap of modern life. Your brain is constantly deceiving you without you realizing it. Today, I'm going to show you how this trap works and how you can escape from it. There are 7 methods based on scientific research. Because the real question isn't, why am I unhappy? The real question is, why doesn't my brain enjoy anything anymore? And how can I fix this? 1. Hedonic adaptation, the brain's biggest trick. Do you know the biggest game your brain plays on you? When you received your first salary, you felt like you had conquered the world. Now, even if you earn twice as much, it feels normal. This is a psychological phenomenon called hedonic adaptation, the brain's rapid adaptation to any positive experience and accepting that experience as the new normal. Evolutionarily, this made sense. Our ancestors lived in limited environments, quickly considering the prey they caught as normal and moving on to search for new resources provided a survival advantage. But in the modern world, this mechanism works in reverse. You're under constant bombardment of new stimuli, but none of them create lasting satisfaction. Psychology research shows this. People adapt to major positive changes, promotion, marriage, new house, within a few months, and their happiness levels return to baseline. This doesn't just apply to big things. It's the same for daily pleasures. The first piece of chocolate is amazing. The second is good. The third feels ordinary. When you're very hungry, you go to eat a perfect pasta dish. The first bites are amazing. But when the plate is half empty, it becomes normalized. Your brain constantly seeks more, newer, different, but is never satisfied. 2. Digital dopamine addiction. Right now, your brain is in the middle of an invisible war. Every app, every platform, every small notification is designed to capture your attention. The colors on your screen, sounds, vibrations, they're all programmed to open the dopamine tap and re-trigger your brain. Technology companies hire special teams for this, addiction experts. These people come from psychologists who design gambling machines. Today, they apply the same techniques to the phone in your pocket. Every like, every comment, every notification gives you a small dopamine hit. But this bombardment of tiny doses slowly kills real satisfaction. Research clearly states the average smartphone user looks at their screen hundreds of times per day. Each glance creates an unconscious expectation of reward, but most of the time, you only find disappointment in return. This system is called intermittent reinforcement. Sometimes you get a reward, sometimes you don't. It's precisely this uncertainty that fuels addiction. The result? Your brain now constantly seeks small pleasure doses, but no dose satisfies. You can't read books because they're too slow. You can't watch movies because they're boring. You used to be able to dive into a 2-hour movie. Now it's hard to focus on even 30-second TikTok videos. 3. Choice and decision fatigue. One of the biggest lies of today, more options are better. The truth is the opposite. When there are too many options, the brain can't decide, and you're not satisfied with any of them. If there are 24 types of jam on the market shelf, you can't buy any. If there are 15,000 contents on Netflix, you search for hours and watch none. Cognitive sciences reveal decision fatigue. We make many decisions per day, and each decision drains from the brain's energy department. What you'll wear in the morning, what you'll eat, which route you'll take, what music you'll listen to, everything requires decisions. By evening, your energy is depleted. That's why autopilot kicks in. Open Netflix, grab your phone, dive into social media. These automatic behaviors require zero energy, but also provide zero satisfaction. 4. The social comparison trap. The human brain was formed to make comparisons. For thousands of years, this comparison field was small. Your family, a few neighbors, people in the village. You compared yourself to them. But now, you reach for your phone, and suddenly there's a window opening to millions of people's lives. And moreover, you only see their most shining moments. Going on vacation, getting promoted, buying a new car, posing with laughter. Always the best, always filtered, always amazing moments. Think about it. You're drinking your morning coffee at home, sprawled on the couch in your pajamas. You open Instagram. An influencer who went for a morning run on the beach, drinking their tropical coffee, appears. Yours is an ordinary moment, but that post can suddenly make your own life feel more colorless, more worthless. The trap is right here. In psychology, this is called the comparison trap. Research shows that a large portion of social media users frequently experience the feeling that other people's lives are better than mine. You see your own ordinary, natural moments. They highlight their most sparkling 1 second. Even if your life is actually beautiful, you feel like something is always missing. It seems like they have amazing lives while you have an ordinary life. It's not actually real. A perceptual gap is created, and this gap drags you into a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction. 5. Mindfulness, the scientific solution. There's a scientific way to regain lost joy. Mindfulness practices. But this isn't ordinary meditation. It changes how the brain works. Research shows that regular mindfulness calms the brain's stress-related areas and strengthens your focus. The brain has the ability to reshape itself. Mindfulness supports this. Applying this to your daily life is very simple. For example, when drinking your coffee, focus only on the coffee. Feel its taste, aroma, and warmth. Don't look at your phone. When walking, pay attention only to your steps and breathing. Listen to the sounds around you. When eating, notice the taste and texture of the food. Don't engage with television or phone. This method trains your brain to focus on one thing and enables you to get real satisfaction from that thing. 6. Rebuilding the natural reward system. Your brain's natural reward system is broken, but it can be repaired. Simple, natural activities actually work quite well. Walking, reading books, handicrafts, gardening, playing musical instruments, these create deep and lasting satisfaction, not instant bursts. These activities activate intrinsic motivation. You do them not for reward, but just for the sake of doing them. Think about it. You wander on your phone for hours, eventually bursting with boredom. But one day, you go to the park for 20 minutes in the evening. Without realizing it, you focus on bird sounds, your steps slow down. When you return home, you felt in 20 minutes the peace that 3 hours spent in front of a screen couldn't give you. Research confirms this too. Spending just 20 minutes in green space visibly reduces stress hormones because the human brain evolved for nature. City life, screens, artificial lights, constant noise, these are all foreign stimuli to your brain. Returning to a natural environment means returning to the brain's original settings. 7. Social connection. Humans are social animals, but modern life weakens real social connections. Harvard's famous research continuously gives the same result. The strongest determinant of happiness is the quality of social relationships. Deep, real conversations cause your brain to release oxytocin. This bonding hormone provides a natural happiness and relaxation effect. But what's important isn't superficial chats. It's conversations where you really open up, where you feel vulnerable. For example, instead of asking your friend, "How are you?" really sharing what you feel, telling your worries, fears, or dreams, or discussing your feelings with a family member you haven't seen in a long time. Such deep conversations reduce the feeling of loneliness and naturally stimulate your brain to be happy. But social media creates fake social connections. You might have 1,000 followers, but not have a real conversation with any of them. This situation is called social loneliness in psychology. You're surrounded by people, but emotionally isolated. You feel lonely even in crowds. The solution is simple: technology-free, face-to-face, real human contact. Having at least a 10-minute phone-free conversation with at least one person per day makes a big difference. This can be chatting with a friend while walking in the park, sharing your feelings while drinking coffee with family members, or just talking with a work colleague during lunch break. These small but real connections cause your brain to release oxytocin, reduce the feeling of loneliness, and make you feel more connected. Adding this real contact to your daily life, even for a few minutes, is one of the most effective ways to strengthen your happiness and emotional health again. 30-Day Joy Reset Protocol. By regularly applying these scientific methods, you can regain your lost joy. Week 1. Digital Detox Foundation. Spend the first hour of the morning screen-free. For example, instead of your phone as soon as you wake up, drink a glass of water, open the window and get some sunlight, or take a short walk. Cut your social media usage in half. For example, if you normally spend 30 minutes on Instagram, reduce this to 15 minutes. These small steps help reduce your brain's addiction to digital and start living your day more mindfully. Week 2. Mindfulness Infrastructure. Meditate for 10 minutes a day. For example, you can use apps or sit in a quiet corner and focus on your breathing. When eating your meal, just feel its taste, aroma, and texture. Don't engage with your phone or television. These steps help reduce your stress by bringing your mind to the present moment and enjoying the small moments of daily life. Week 3. Natural Reward System. Spend at least 20 minutes in nature daily. For example, you can walk in the park, tend to plants on your balcony, or sit in the garden and breathe fresh air. Start a new hobby. You can paint, play a musical instrument, or do handicrafts. What's important is just feeling the joy of doing it. These steps enable you to get real satisfaction from small, screen-free moments. Week 4. Social connection building. Have at least one real face-to-face conversation with one person daily. For example, you can have coffee with a friend, have a short chat with family members, or establish a deep dialogue with a work colleague during lunch break. Contact old friends you haven't seen in a long time. Even sending a simple "How are you?" message helps reestablish connections. These steps reduce the feeling of loneliness and increase your overall happiness by strengthening your social bonds. After 30 days, you'll be able to get real pleasure from small things again. The modern world constantly tries to make you chase more, but science clearly states, happiness isn't about having more, it's about forming deeper connections with what you have. Now it's decision time. What will your first step be today? A 1-hour digital detox? A 10-minute mindfulness practice? Or calling a friend you haven't called for a long time? After 30 days, you'll be grateful that you started today. Your most joyful self is still there, waiting for you. Take action now because it's time to reclaim your life. If this video inspired you, don't forget to subscribe for similar content. And share in the comments what your first step will be. Let's start together.